28th.
Hey, thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed your Monday. Weather stayed cold, but not too bad yesterday. Welcome back, by the way.
Thank you. Same to you. Hope everybody had a wonderful holiday. All right, back to work today for just about everybody. And Mike Osterhage is here. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, grab a jacket like yesterday morning. It's almost identical to yesterday as far as temperatures, maybe up a little bit. We're at 49 degrees. Got a lot of clouds hanging on in there and still have very dry air in place. But again, we've got that blanket on top. But that blanket's going to go away. So that's going to allow us to get up into the low 60s later on this afternoon. So we will be topping yesterday's high temperature. And as far as the aquifer yesterday, it did drop down after going up a little bit over the weekend. And the allergens still got some mountain cedars showing up, although it did drop down yesterday from the previous day's reading. And of course, there is a little bit of mold out there. Take a look at some of the temperatures around the area as well as the satellite picture. And again, we've got this flow coming in here out of the southwest. Still have these leftover clouds. You can sort of see this little bit of a shade of gray right there. And so that's what's acting like the blanket right now. So everybody's still in the mid 40s. We're actually above normal just by a few degrees, normal low being 46. But there is a slight breeze in a couple of spots. So there was a little bit of a wind chill to deal with, but the wind is very, very light out there. So I don't think we'll have as much as what we had yesterday, which was not a lot as far as wind chill is concerned. Mostly cloudy, chilly this morning. Then throughout the day, we're going to see more sunshine. And like I said, that's going to get us up into the low 60s. Now, tomorrow and Thursday, a lot of clouds around tomorrow. That's going to keep temperatures only in the 50s. And then we have some rain that's going to start to work its way in here, primarily late in the afternoon and overnight into Thursday. And some of those showers and thunderstorms, some of the storms may be on the stronger side. We're going to talk about that coming up in just a second, but it's not going to cover a whole bunch of our area. It's also going to be warmer on Thursday. And then in behind that, we are looking at the first weekend of December. Not to feel like what you would expect, because we are going to be in the 70s. We'll have some sunshine. We're going to have all the details in just a couple of minutes and take a closer look at that rain coming in here Wednesday night, tomorrow night, and Thursday. That's in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ Marquez is behind the wheel this morning. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Mike, and good morning to all of our drivers out there, maybe about to head out to work or school a little bit later on your Tuesday morning. We're going to start out with some overnight construction that's still kind of lingering around town. Looking at the construction here at Loop 410 southbound at FM 78. So this is going to be on the Kirby Converse area. So something kind of keep in mind for our drivers there. Hopefully we do get things cleared out here in just a little bit. And speaking of construction, kind of still in that same area, the northeast side, I-35 southbound at Weidner Road, still have some ongoing construction here. You can see from our maps, we do have some delays in that area. But again, not a lot of people out on the roads right now. So that's good news. And again, hopefully crews can clear that out sometime soon. We did get some good news a little while ago from TransGuide. This construction out there, westbound I-10 Loop 16-4 has been cleared out, so we're good to go there. Rest of the city, things looking pretty good out there. No major crashes or incidents to let you know about right now. Again, biggest thing we're following is just some overnight construction that we need to get cleared out of the San Antonio area. Stephanie, Mark, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. 2 people are dead following a car accident. This happened last night on Highway 16 South near Smith Road in South Bexar County. Bexar County Sheriff's Office reporting that witnesses saw a vehicle speeding right before it crashed into the victim's vehicle. The Sheriff's Department reporting that both the driver and the passenger inside the vehicle that was hit died at the scene.
In Somerset, a man is dead after police say he shot his mother, then turned the gun on himself. Police there say last night that the mother in her 40s and her 19-year-old son got into an argument right before the shooting. We're told the mother is alive and is in the hospital. Israel and Hamas have agreed to extend their 4-day ceasefire for 2 more days.
So far, Hamas has released 69 hostages taken from Israel in exchange for Israel releasing 150 Palestinian prisoners. The extended wartime pause will potentially allow for more hostage releases and more humanitarian aid to reach Gaza. ABC's Justin Finch is tracking developments from Washington.
Another breakthrough in the Middle East. Israel and Hamas agreeing to 2 more days of a ceasefire, raising hopes for more scenes like this. Hamas video showing gunmen handing off 11 hostages taken from Israel to Red Cross vans after 52 days in captivity. Emotions flooding families of hostages the moment they learned their relatives were released. The initial 4-day pause in fighting saw Hamas release 69 hostages, Israel releasing 150 Palestinian prisoners, the Biden administration touting that ceasefire extension and noting potential risks.
Any pause in the fighting could benefit your enemy in terms of time to refit, to rest your fighters, to rearm them, re-equip them.
The White House says up to 9 Americans remain held captive. 4-year-old U.S.-Israeli citizen Abigail Lidan, the first and only American released during that initial ceasefire. Her family now with her at a children's hospital after her parents were killed during the Hamas October 7th Israel attack.
We can try and start healing our hearts because we couldn't do it until she didn't came back.
In the West Bank, crowds filling the streets of Ramallah celebrating the release of dozens of Palestinian prisoners. Yisra Jabis returning home to hugs from her mother and family and some relief amid devastation in Gaza. A United Nations convoy arriving to Al Ali Hospital delivering emergency medical kits, IV drips, and much needed supplies. President Biden saluting the leaders of Egypt, Israel, and Qatar on extending that ceasefire and saying the U.S. plans to surge more aid into Gaza and will continue working to free all Hamas-held hostages. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Today, a final goodbye for former First Lady Rosalind Carter. President Biden and the First Lady, along with former President Clinton and all living former First Ladies, are expected to attend today's services in Atlanta. Mrs. Carter's surviving grandchildren will serve as honorary pallbearers, and her husband, former President Jimmy Carter, is also set to attend. It follows yesterday's procession of well-wishers lining the streets of Americus, Georgia, to pay their respects. The procession moved 3 hours north to the Carter Center for a ceremony paying tribute to Mrs. Carter's humanitarian legacy.
SpaceX announced on the social media platform X that a Falcon 9 rocket blasted off from Cape Canaveral in Florida last night. This carried a new batch of satellites for the Starlink internet system. SpaceX announced early this morning that the satellites were successfully deployed into low Earth orbit. The rocket's first stage separated, and SpaceX says it landed on the drone ship called Just Read the Instructions.
New video shows Governor Greg Abbott skydiving with a World War II veteran up in San Marcos. After climbing up to about 8,000 feet or so, they each landed yesterday in separate tandem parachute jumps. Abbott's jumping partner, Al Blasky, is 106 years old. He went skydiving for the first time in 2017 on his 100th birthday, did it again on 2020, setting a new world record for the oldest man to do a tandem parachute jump. Wow.
Wow, that's amazing. Time now, 5:08, and we're starting in the 40s again.
Now just ahead, how Google's responding after a user claims their personal files have unexpectedly vanished from its Google Drive cloud service.
Also next, one family revealing about how their dog recovered from a mysterious illness that could affect other dogs across the nation.
Outside with live cam looking along 410. Yeah, it's on the cool side this morning. We're looking at temperatures hovering right around 50 degrees or so. So not too bad. A continuation of some of the temperatures we've been seeing for days.
Welcome back. It's 5:11. Well, a California family is talking about how their dog survived a mysterious illness that is spreading among dogs across the country. ABC's Will Reeve has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a glimmer of hope in the mystery dog illness.
We're just so grateful we still can't believe he's still here.
John and Becky Oliver say their 5-year-old golden retriever, Ike, first got sick in September while on the road competing in dog shows.
When they took his temperature at the emergency vet hospital in Arizona, they said his fever was 105.3. His color wasn't good.
Ike developed pneumonia and spent 3 days in the hospital before the family moved him to a vet clinic closer to home.
My son was in the back seat holding oxygen to the dog's face for like 6 hours driving across the desert. It was really stressful.
The family bracing for the worst when Becky says she got a message from a woman in the dog show community about a potential treatment. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on Ike's road to recovery and whether this treatment could help other dogs like him. With your GMA First Look, I'm Will Reeve, ABC News, New York.
Get that face.
I know, how cute.
Time right now is just about 5:13 on your Tuesday morning.
And coming up next, why some researchers think that taking selfies should be considered a public health problem.
Interesting. All right, let's take a look and see if there are any problems on the TransGuide cameras this morning. And as I look over at RJ Marquez handling traffic duty, so get a thumbs up. Be right back.
Pandora loves Unboxed.
Watch this. We get the team it up, know that we making them nervous. This in the battle, we can't have discussion. I'm talking about doing the verses. So make it a good one.
Have fun, sis.
Can't stop adding stuff to your cart? Get the Bank of America customized cash rewards card. Choose the online shopping category and earn 3% cash back.
Welcome back.
In today's Tech Bites, Google is looking into complaints that personal files are vanishing from its cloud service. Some users are reporting missing months of data. The company says it's an issue with syncing files for certain versions of the Google Drive desktop app. Next, YouTube is digging deeper into the gaming industry. Playables are now available for premium users on either YouTube's mobile or desktop app. The offerings include Angry Birds Showdown and Daily Solitaire and crossword games. For now, the games are only promised, though, through next March. And taking a selfie is now considered a public health problem. That's from a study in Australia citing hundreds of selfie-related injuries and even deaths over more than a decade. Researchers are requesting social media apps install software to warn people about the dangers. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Rhiannon Alley. Have a great day.
Just about 5:17 as we see, is that one of the TransGuides behind us here?
Yes.
It's all lit up.
It's a little blurry. Yeah, it's all lit up. That's a good way to describe it.
It's a pixelated mess.
Yes, it is. And we do have a little bit of a mess right now on our roadways. Let's take a look at that TransGuide shot again here real quick. Kind of step out of the scene here from you guys and take that full. All right, so we're looking at what was ongoing construction here at 35 at O'Connor Road. So this is actually ongoing construction being reported at Weidner, but you can see we still have a pretty good backup here in our area. Just got off the phone with TransGuide, and they said that they expected this to be cleared out a little while ago. Not really sure exactly what's going on. There may be reports of a stalled vehicle in this area, but you can see that we have a lot of brake lights here. Definitely not something that our drivers want to see out here on the northeast side this early in the morning. As we take a look at our maps, you can see that we have a pretty good delay. I think you saw that from our camera right there. So if you need to head out right now, this is the southbound lanes, I-35 at Weidner Road. But you can see it's affecting traffic going all the way up to O'Connor and all the way here. Now you could see exit Randolph Boulevard. That might be a possible option for you to get around this construction if you are coming, again, southbound from the Loop 1604 area. Rest of the city, things are looking pretty good right now. Again, we had some ongoing construction in some other areas, but that has been cleared out. So biggest thing we're following right now, construction here 35 southbound at O'Connor Road seems to be causing pretty good delay right now for our drivers on the northeast side. All right, Mike, how are things looking outside right now?
Not too bad. Just make sure you grab a jacket for you and head out because it is definitely chilly out there. Clouds obviously stuck around a long time yesterday, and a little bit of a sunset. Nice little oranges and yellows there. Now we are starting off with plenty of clouds again this morning, and that's acting once again like a blanket, holding temperatures, keeping, I should say, temperatures from getting as cold as what they could get. And so this morning we will bottom out right around mid-40s, stay there throughout most of the morning, and then warm up in through the 50s, make it up to 58 degrees today at noon. We will see more sunshine today, so instead of staying in the upper 50s like was the case yesterday, we will make it into the low 60s later on today. Nice looking day, just still a few clouds left over here and there, and then clouds are going to be thickening up overnight and pretty much cloudy skies all day tomorrow. Here's the computer model as far as rain, and I think this one does a pretty good job. And again, broad brush, So this is just the opportunity for some rain there by, say, dinner time tomorrow evening. Then that's going to start to spread somewhat into tomorrow night. And that will then be the case overnight into early Thursday morning. One thing as you look at this is to note how the majority of everything is going to be further off to the east. We will have a few showers, even a couple of thunderstorms around here on Thursday morning. So it is looking like Thursday morning will definitely be a damp commute around here. And then all that continues to work its way off to the east, and by late afternoon, rain's going to be on out of here and things will start to clear out. Now, as far as who gets the majority of rain, obviously that's going to be well off to the east over there by Houston, and we're looking at maybe perhaps a quarter of an inch at best, and that's going to be about it. Also, we do have the threat for some storms to be strong to potentially severe. This is from Storm Prediction Center for Thursday. Now, again, the very, very small risk is going to be on our extreme eastern counties around here. The majority of this would be out of our area, and this is going to be on Thursday morning. We're looking at high winds, hail, and even an isolated, very, very small risk for it, but an isolated spin-up tornado or two well off to the east. Now, again, as these traverse the area in the overnight hours, Wednesday into Thursday morning, we'll obviously have to keep an eye on them, but it looks like things will get fired up by the late morning hours, early afternoon, well off to the east. And again, that's still about 36, almost 48 hours away, so we'll have to kind of keep an eye on that over the course of that time. 62 degrees today, then tomorrow it's back to only being in the 50s thanks to all the cloud cover around here, and then we'll have a few of those showers, thunderstorms developing overnight, late tomorrow night, overnight into Thursday morning. And again, the majority of the heavy, potentially severe storms will be further off to the east. We are going to make it up to 70 on Thursday, and looks like we've got a pretty mild weekend coming on in here with temperatures that are going to be averaging anywhere from 3-5 degrees above normal. Low temperatures staying on the warm side as well. So first weekend of December sure ain't going to feel like it.
But it'll be pretty.
Yes, it will be pretty. We'll have kind of a mixture of sunshine and clouds over the weekend, and obviously we're going to keep tabs on what may or may not transpire tomorrow night into Thursday.
It's Christmas Tie Tuesday, by the way.
Yeah,
yes,
Air ornaments,
nice.
and I have my
Christmas trees.
Douglas firs or whatever these are. I don't know.
They're trees.
Generic trees.
Yeah, with the little star on top.
Like a little emoji. 5:22 right now at your Tuesday morning.
Up next in your morning spotlight, how Dolly Parton is making history on the Billboard charts, plus another honor for Barbie.
Pick three numbers, 573, Fireball 4. Daily four numbers, 4902, Fireball 9.
Cash 5, 8, 10, 19, 22, 23. Your text is two-step, 12, 18, 23, 30. Bonus ball, 22. And your Powerball numbers, 2, 21, 38, 61, 66. Powerball 12, Power Play 2. Good luck.
.525, more than 55 years after her first Billboard Top 10 hit, an iconic country star has tried a new genre, and it has paid off.
CNN's David Daniel has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
And so I wake up in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and wonder why.
Dolly Parton's Rockstar is a hit. The album is #1 on Billboard's top album sales chart. It's the first time the music icon has topped that chart in its 32-year history, though of course Parton has been a hitmaker far longer than that. Rockstar is also debuting at #3 on the Billboard 200, Parton's highest-ranking album ever on that chart.
Barbie in the real world. That's impossible.
The filmmaker who made it possible is being honored. Barbie director Greta Gerwig is receiving the Director of the Year award at the Palm Springs International Film Awards on January 4th. In 2021 and 2022, that award's recipient went on to win the Oscar for Best Director.
The next time you're looking at a charity, don't ask about the rate of their overhead. Ask about the scale of their dreams.
An option for Giving Tuesday viewing, Uncharitable. The documentary about the realities of philanthropy calls for freeing charities from traditional constraints so they can have a greater impact on those in need. Uncharitable is in select theaters and can be streamed for free on the Fundraise Up website. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Just about 527, hovering around 50 degrees.
The U.S. consumer is giving the overall U.S. economy a financial boost this holiday season. Up next, how this year's Black Friday and Cyber Monday spending is already contributing to the overall health of our economy.
Plus, on this Giving Tuesday, the annual Salvation Army Parade of Kettles competition is in full swing. Just ahead, how KSAT is getting into the spirit of giving this year.
And ahead on GMSA at 6, diabetes is slowly becoming an epidemic for kids across America. The warning signs that parents should look out for.
Hey, good morning to you. You may have noticed some changes this morning. We're having some minor technical issues, so we're not having our normal animations or the little temperature bug. It all has to do with graphics and things like that, so we're working to address the issue. But nonetheless, good morning. It is Tuesday. It is November 28th.
Yes, good morning. We'll try to keep you updated as these casts goes along.
It's called computer issues.
Yeah.
Great when they work,
Technology.
right?
Yeah.
And it's really weird for us because we're used to hearing those little noises and those kind of subtle cues, and you're kind of like, oh hi.
Yes. Yes.
All right, take to the live cam right now, and you can see that we do have plenty of clouds out there, and temperatures, you can't see the clouds too well in that picture, but that's acting like a blanket like yesterday. So we're at 49 degrees. We could have been a lot colder. We could have actually gotten down into the 30s this morning because you can't go below what the dew point is. So we have relatively, or very dry air, I should say. Relative humidity is quite low. We will drop down another couple of degrees throughout the course of the morning with light wind out there, so not much of a wind chill to deal with. Mid 40s up there in the Hill Country, 50 Honda, 53 Castroville right now, and a pair of, actually a trio of 51s from Port SA all the way down to Pleasanton. Mold is on the low side. That went up a little bit from the previous day's reading, and then Mountain Cedar did come down somewhat. But again, remember last week we had that big front move on through here, very windy, and that really started off the Mountain Cedar. The very first reading of it was on the high side, so it did come early this season. 58 degrees today at noon. We keep a lot of clouds around this morning, then we're going to see more sunshine. A lot more than what we had around here yesterday, and make it up to 62. Still not quite up to par. That's upper 60s, but a little bit warm, and that sunshine's going to feel pretty nice as well. Clear sunshine's not going to last long because we'll have clouds definitely build in overnight tonight and throughout the day tomorrow, keeping us much cooler. And then we have some rain to talk about as well. Plus, a look ahead to the first weekend. It's weird to say first weekend of December is coming up already. Those details in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ. Got some lights out there, right?
Yeah, we still have some lights out here. A big mess here over here in the northeast side. Still trying to figure out exactly what's going on. So we heard that there was ongoing construction there. That was being reported by TxDOT a little bit earlier. And then I just talked to TransGuide, our folks out there, and they said that they're trying to figure out if crews had actually cleared things out. There may be a stalled vehicle out there. But one way or the other, you can see that we do have a lot of brake lights here in this area. Again, this is southbound lanes of I-35 at O'Connor Road. And you can see that we have a significant backup here in this area. I want to show you real quick one other angle, and we're looking at the southbound lanes here, 35 at Wiedner Road, and this is exactly where this construction was being reported earlier this morning, but again, was supposed to be cleared out there. Obviously, that has not been the case, as now we have a pretty good backup here, going all the way from 35 southbound to the 410 interchange, and then going all the way up to O'Connor Road. So right now, some possible options. You may want to exit Randolph Boulevard if you are headed south. Also, Wurzbach Parkway, that's another good way to maybe get around this mess as we take another look here at 35 southbound at Wiedner Road. Again, this is ongoing construction. Appears as if we have not cleared things out. And here's another look at this there, 35 southbound at Randolph Boulevard. So just a lot of stuff going on the northeast side. So make sure to take caution. Maybe, again, Wurzbach Parkway or Randolph Boulevard might be some possible options to get around this on 35 south. Mark and Stephanie.
Thank you, RJ. New this morning, 4 people managed to escape a house fire overnight. Happened just before 4 a.m. in the 7100 block of Joe Louis Drive on San Antonio's east side. According to firefighters, crews arrived to find smoke coming from the roof and the eaves of the house. Firefighters were able to contain the fire to the attic. 4 people who lived there will have to find another place to stay for now. No word yet on a cause.
And we now know when a mother charged with killing her own baby will appear in court. 44-year-old Maricela Frausto was arrested earlier this month for the death of her baby girl back in September of 2004 in Medina County. According to court documents, Frausto will be arraigned on a capital murder charge in January of next year. Deputies say the infant's body was dumped on the side of a county road. Her umbilical cord still attached. The baby was named Baby Hope by Medina County law enforcement.
Other news this morning, analysts say U.S. consumers figuratively broke the bank over the Thanksgiving holiday weekend, including billions of dollars in online sales.
That trend is expected to continue over the next few weeks. And as CNN's John Lawrence reports, it will give the overall economy a boost heading into the new year.
Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and Cyber Monday are in the books, but the holiday shopping season is far from over.
We wanted to get some games to play with the kiddos. We got a couple kids at the house, so, keep them occupied.
Despite 3 years of high inflation, the occasional threat of an economic shutdown in Washington, D.C., and increased lending costs, U.S. consumers are still opening their wallets in the post-pandemic era.
We're now at the stage in the economy where those cost pressures have abated as supply chains have really normalized across most products.
Retailers are hoping deals on products will boost sales. According to Adobe Analytics, items like toys, electronics, sporting goods, apparel, and appliances will all have double-digit discounts this holiday season.
The Black Friday period that we just experienced was one where the consumer was out and about and spending, certainly still very focused on those promotions.
Adobe Analytics says U.S. shoppers will spend a record-setting $113 billion in e-commerce this November and December, a nearly 14% hike from the year before. Social media is also playing a factor.
The toy space as well has a lot of influencers, parenting influencers, showing off what they're getting their kids and really influencing what those top toys of the year that are likely going to sell out.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Tense moments for passengers on a Southwest Airlines flight after a passenger escaped from the plane's emergency exit door. The passenger was arrested Sunday in New Orleans after escaping through the plane's emergency hatch and running across the tarmac at Louis Armstrong International Airport. Video from inside the terminal shows the man being eventually pulled out of a service truck and ground personnel holding him right there until police arrived. The flight was still preparing to depart for Atlanta when passengers were told to get off. Authorities say they believe the man suffered a mental health emergency. He is not expected to face any criminal charges locally, but the investigation has been referred to federal authorities.
It's the holiday season at the White House, and thousands of feet of ribbon, ornaments, and bells are helping celebrate the occasion. So we showed you this yesterday at GMSA at 9, just in case you missed it. Here it is. First Lady Jill Biden unveiled the holiday decorations yesterday and announced this season's theme is Magic, Wonder, and Joy, which was inspired by how children experience the holidays. So Biden detailed the festive decor that visitors will see as they travel throughout the White House, which includes 98 Christmas trees, 72 classic wreaths, and more than 140,000 holiday lights. The decor celebrates the 200th anniversary of the classic tale, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas.
It's a beautiful sight. I grew up here and then also in the Washington area, and I remember several Christmases we actually got a chance to tour the White House, and it's made. It is America's house.
Yeah, I bet it's beautiful.
It truly is. 'Tis the season. Glad you're with us this morning. Right now, 5:37.
Up next, why Honda is recalling 300,000 vehicles and which models are affected.
We'll tell you why the word authentic is Merriam-Webster's word of the year for 2023. Was I authentic in reading that?
Yes, you were.
Thank you very much.
You weren't like AI.
I appreciate the compliment.
You did your human job very well.
Your compliment was authentic too.
Thank you. The authentic time, 5:38. Looking out there with live cam, about 49 degrees or so. We'll be right back. In your morning consumer headlines, Honda is recalling hundreds of thousands of vehicles due to an issue with their seatbelts. The recall affects nearly 304,000 Honda Accords and HRVs that were manufactured between October 4th of last year and October 14th of this year. Honda says the vehicles have missing pre-tensioner rivets. That is a part of the seatbelt that tightens and prevents occupants from flying forward in the event of a collision. Honda says the defective parts increase the risk of injury in a crash. Now, fortunately, the automaker says it has not received any reports of injuries or death as a result. Honda says owners can also will start notifying owners by mailing the beginning of January 8th, but they also say that owners can enter their vehicle information number on Honda's recall website to see if their vehicle is affected. If your goal is to be true to yourself, then you are in step of the word of the year, which is authentic. Merriam-Webster says there has always been a high volume of lookups for the word for years, but there's a substantial increase in 2023. Some of the meanings of authentic include not false or imitation and true to one's own personality, spirit, or character. Other top words for the year include deep fake, coronation, dystopian, and Riz. Last year's word of the year was gaslighting. I don't remember gaslighting last year.
Yeah, I do. It is a strange coincidence, though, that authentic and deep fake would both be included in the same year.
Well, maybe in the same search within seconds of each other, probably.
Very possible.
Yeah.
Just about 5:43.
Let's look out there with TransGuide. I think we're at I-35. Randolph looks pretty good right now. We'll let you, there you go. See, take my word for it right there. I was being authentic. Looks pretty good there, but we're going to get a check-in with RJ Marcus very soon.
It's Giving Tuesday, and that is the Christmas season. That means the annual Salvation Army's Parade of Kettles competition is in full swing.
So you can help out now by taking out your phone and scanning a QR code there you go, what we should put up there. Local businesses and media compete to raise the most money to help families in need this holiday season. So KSAT 12 News is being represented by team captain reporter Daniela Ibarra this year. And this is a TikTok video that she made of her kettle. So as you can see, it's all the eras of our KSAT mascot, Mike. And you can check out the whole video on our website at KSAT.com. Now, from now until midnight on December 24th, KSAT will be competing to raise the most money to help families in the Bexar County area. We're going to have all the details on our website again at KSAT.com.
5:47. I didn't see any troubles coming in this morning, RJ, but I did see the Christmas lights up and bright at Concord Plaza, the Alamo Quarry Market. Tis the season, buddy.
It definitely is. Can't wait to go out there, especially along the Riverwalk. And of course, UIW's got their display going on as well. So those lights are good. Brake lights bad. And so good news is that we have cleared out a lot of the brake lights that we're seeing here on the northeast side there. 35 at Weidner Road. It appears as if our construction issue has been cleared up, and you could see that we have traffic now moving along the area here, the southbound lanes there at 35 at Weidner Road. But there's still obviously some residual effects from what we've had throughout the entire morning. So again, good news here. It was about a 2-mile backup going from the 410 35 South interchange all the way up to O'Connor Road, but it appears as if things are about to clear out in that area right now. So one quick look at our inbound times, and obviously right now with everything that's been going on the northeast side, our traffic coming in from the New Braunfels area, maybe 1604 to 410. That was reported about a 20-minute traffic delay right now. But again, 37 minutes coming in from New Braunfels. Everything else looking pretty good. Castroville in from our drivers from the west side. Still, always kind of a major delay there as we get drivers in from the west side coming into San Antonio. But again, good news here to give you one more quick look here as we take a look at our rotating cameras. Haven't been able to see very many of these throughout the morning because we've been kind of held up with everything there on the northeast side. But traffic along the rest of the city looking pretty good right now, guys. So that is good news.
Yes, sir. We're still working on some of our on-air graphics and sound effects, and I hope that we haven't jinxed Mike Ostrage at all with his weather graphics.
Thanks. Interesting picture in the show here. You know, I've been talking about how mountain cedar popped up early last week, kind of early in the season. Well, look at this one, and says, look at this little guy right here. These little beauties popping up where she had bluebonnets last year. So are bluebonnets popping up early as well. Interesting. Nice picture, though. Thank you very much for the KSAT Connect picture. All right, you were just talking about some of the lights out there. There's the smokestacks over there at the quarry, changing from red to green.
Pretty.
And
there's Concord Plaza right there.
Yeah, that's the one. I just drove past that. I was taking my son to the airport early Sunday morning, and it looks, I don't remember them having like 2 layers of lights in the past.
Wasn't it just solid white? Now we've got some.
It was out there, and now behind it, there's kind of a reddish little one, so it's a little more 3-dimensional. But
you are correct, Mike.
Always love that. Thank you very much for the. I was going to say thank you for the live cam picture there, engineers. So just creature of habit here. All right, we do have some clouds still hanging around this morning, and that's acting like the blanket that is holding temperatures, keeping temperatures from getting as cool as what we could get. We'll drop down or fluctuate maybe a couple of degrees. We're in the upper 40s right now, dropping down to the mid 40s. And we're going to start to see some sunshine even by late morning, and call it just a mixture of clouds and sun throughout the course of the day. More sunshine, obviously, than what we had around here yesterday. And we make it up to 62 later on this afternoon. Normal high right now is 68, so still anywhere 5, 6, 7 degrees on average around the area below normal. But with that little bit of sunshine, that's going to make it feel a whole lot nicer. All right, jump ahead to tomorrow afternoon, because we're going to have the clouds move in here fairly quickly. This model wants to bring in a couple of sprinkly showers by late in the afternoon tomorrow. Yeah, that's a possibility, but the better chance is going to be as we go into tomorrow night and then also on into Thursday. But we'll have a few of those showers going into the evening hours tomorrow, and like I said, then overnight. Now, Thursday is when we're going to start to see a lot more in the way of rain, especially off to the east. And what it's looking like as of right now is we are going to have a damp commute on Thursday. And as far as rainfall totals, obviously the lion's share is going to be well off to the east over there by Houston. They're looking at anywhere from 2, 3, 5 inches of rain. And in and around the metropolitan area, maybe a quarter inch, 1/10 to a quarter of an inch in lesser amounts in portions of the hill country. And then also there is that severe threat. Storm Prediction Center has the risk, which is just kind of a 1 and 2 on a scale of 5. Even Gonzales County and the eastern portion of Gonzales County, some of our eastern counties under that very, very small risk for a strong to severe storm. Now, high winds and hail will be the biggest threats, and even an isolated spin up of a small tornado is going to be a possibility. But again, the majority of that well off to the east, and this is going to be on Thursday as things tend to get a little bit more fired up in portions of the hill country and around here. I think it's just going to be a couple of thunderstorms here and there. Obviously, we'll keep watching things as those storms do develop late tomorrow night and into Thursday. Today, 62. Now, with the cloud cover around tomorrow, boy, temperatures really aren't going to be going anywhere. We stay in the mid 50s, and they won't go anywhere then overnight into Thursday morning, staying in the mid 50s, and then get up to 70. And the best chance of rain, again, is going to be late tomorrow night, overnight, early Thursday. That will move on out of here, and then we're setting ourselves up for kind of a mild first weekend of December, up in the low to mid 70s around here for high temperatures.
Nice for afternoon plans, so.
Yeah. And today's going to be a really, really nice day, too.
We'll take it. Thank you, Mike.
Time now, 5:52 on your Tuesday morning.
Okay, your winning lotto numbers. Pick 3, 573, Fireball 4, Daily 4, 4902, Fireball 9.
Cash 5, 8, 10, 19, 22, 23. Texas two-step, 12, 18, 23, 30 with a bonus ball up 22. Powerball is up to $374 million. The next drawing is tomorrow night. Mega for tonight is $335 million.
Good morning. Coming up on GMA, our team is on the scene in Israel as we all closely follow the emotional return as hostages and prisoners are freed as the temporary truce is extended. Also, an alert from law enforcement about a new iPhone feature that could accidentally expose your personal information. It's called Name Drop. We're going to tell you how to turn it off. You'll see all of that on GMA.
From now through December 12th, you can donate a pair of new shoes or socks to the Share the Shoes campaign. It's through the organization Zapatos. You can drop off those donations at any of the 7 SAPD substations. They need shoes and socks for toddlers to adults. We have all this information on KSAT.com. San Antonio Zoo's holiday experience getting national attention. The zoo has been nominated for USA Today Reader's Choice Award. It's nominated in the travel category for Best Zoo Lights. Zoo officials say it's the first nomination for our zoo in that category. Last day of voting is tomorrow, so if you'd like to vote, there's a link in this article on our website at KSAT.com. Also on our website, San Antonio's gone all out for the holidays, and now we're making it a little easier for you to see some lights. Right now on KSAT.com, we've got a full list of places you can go to see the holiday festivities. That list includes places like Windcrest and the South Pole. Glad you're with us. Let's take a look right now and see how things are looking on the roads with TransGuide. We're on the rotator right now. So it jumps from camera to camera around the city. There's 410 at FM 78. And let's take a look at a couple more shots around town. There's 37 at Alamodome, an early morning favorite with those dark skies. Nice contrast for the downtown skyline. And 410 at Ray Ellison Boulevard. I wasn't here yesterday, but it's looking a little more normal as far as traffic flow on the highways and byways of the Alamo City. You're watching GMSA. 1 full hour of news, weather, and traffic is next.
Good morning. Let's look out there with a live cam. It's about 49 degrees around the airport. Starting off cold again, but looking forward to another beautiful day.
And a good morning to you. It is 6 a.m. on your Tuesday, November 28th. We're having some on-screen graphics issues. We've been working on it for about an hour now, so you notice some subtle changes to our newscast, but we are pressing on.
That's right. So we'll keep you updated with the time and temp throughout the newscast as well. And speaking of temperatures, let's check in with Mike about the cool weather that we have right now.
Hey, Mike. Good morning. It's jacket weather again, and you're probably going to want it throughout a good chunk of the day, but we'll have enough sunshine out there that maybe you can kind of skip your jacket by late in the afternoon. It's going to be a little bit prettier, a little more sunshine than what we had yesterday because those clouds really hung in there tough. We do have plenty of clouds around right now. You really can't see them too awfully well in that view looking over there by the airport. And as you can see, traffic there on 410 is moving along rather nicely. 49 degrees, so we are still a couple of notches above the normal low, which is 46 at this time of year, mid 40s in portions of the hill country, even a few 50s kind of hanging on in here. And again, it's the cloud cover that's acting like a blanket, really preventing us from getting as cold as what we could get. Mold and mountain cedar are both on the low side. Mountain cedar actually dropped down somewhat from the previous day's reading. Temperatures are going to be basically steady the rest of the morning. They fluctuate a couple of degrees, drop down to 45 when it's all said and done. And then we'll start to see the clouds break up by late morning, and we'll make it up to 58 degrees at noon. Still kind of jacket weather, and then the high temperature up to 62. Now, if you're in the shadows, jacket's not a bad idea. And then we'll have, like I said, more sunshine, kind of a mixture of sunshine and clouds. Better than what we had yesterday. Now, the clouds are going to be coming in here then overnight, and they will eventually bring a rain chance with them going into tomorrow afternoon. We'll talk about that and maybe a couple of stronger storms in the area. We'll talk about that as well as the upcoming first weekend of December. Looks like a nice one if you're going to be heading on out. Details in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority had all those brake lights earlier this morning. What's going on now?
It was been a busy morning for our drivers out there in the northeast side, Mike, and this included as well. So something that we've been following over the past hour is this ongoing construction. So we got cleared of everything on 35 South. That's good news, but we've had ongoing construction here at Loop 410 South at FM 78. So this is going to be affecting our drivers in the Kirby and Converse area. As we take you to our maps, you can see that we do have, our maps are indicating there is some delays in this area as is expected here. So FM 78, obviously a major thoroughfare for our drivers there on the northeast side. But again, if you're coming in from northbound to south, again, Loop 410 southbound at FM 78, still have some ongoing construction there. Hopefully we can get that cleared out over the next hour or so. That would be good for our drivers out there. It's been a very busy morning for them. As we take you to the west side, eastbound right now, we have a stalled vehicle being reported at 36th Street. So right there is Castroville Road. So again, this is something that's not causing any sort of major delays right now, but something to keep in mind if you're coming in eastbound from that part of town, Lackland, Kelly Air Force Base, that sort of area. As we take a look at our big map here, and you can see traffic, everything moving pretty good around the rest of the city of San Antonio. We'll continue to follow the very latest and give you updates as they become available to us. Mark, back to you.
Thank you, RJ. Right now, we're still working to learn the names of 2 people killed in a deadly crash last night down in South Bexar County. We called the Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office just a couple hours ago and still waiting to learn the names of the people involved. The crash happened on Highway 16 South near Smith Road. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office says witnesses saw a vehicle speeding before it crashed into the victim's vehicle. Both the driver and passenger inside the vehicle that was hit died at the scene.
And trending overnight on KSAT.com, a local high school principal in hot water after police arrested him for suspicion of DWI. So police pulled over Harlan High School principal Richard Izaguirre last Friday on I-35. Investigators say he was swerving and switching lanes without signaling. After he was pulled over, an officer says that he smelled like alcohol, and Izaguirre said he was slurring his words. He was arrested after a field sobriety test. Now, Northside ISD spokesperson responded in a statement saying, in part, quote, the district was made aware of the employee's arrest. This personnel matter is being addressed by Human Resources, and as such, we are unable to provide any specifics regarding disciplinary action, end quote. We're going to continue to follow this developing story.
An influx of migrants coming to Texas now impacting a border crossing. Bridge 1 in Eagle Pass was closed Monday to vehicles coming into the United States from Mexico until further notice. U.S. Customs and Border Protection says it's shifting resources to handle an influx of migrants crossing the border. It's important to note the closure does not apply for vehicles going into Mexico. You can read more about it on KSAT.com. Just look for this article.
And looking at your morning headlines, a big scare for passengers on a flight leaving New Orleans for Atlanta after a man jumped out of the plane. Authorities say that man opened an emergency exit and jumped onto the wing. The man was eventually pulled out of a service truck on the tarmac with ground personnel holding him until police got there. Authorities believe that man suffered a mental health emergency. He was hospitalized for evaluation.
A cyber group backed by Iran is taking credit for breaching a water treatment plant in the state of Pennsylvania. Local authorities believe hackers took partial control of a substation on Saturday, shutting down a pump that supplies drinking water. Water pressure in some areas was reportedly affected before workers enabled a backup system. The hacking group is also accused of targeting 10 water treatment plants in Israel since the war against Hamas began. Pennsylvania State Police say they're using a team of computer experts to investigate the hack. Well, Israel and Hamas have agreed to extend their 4-day ceasefire for 2 more days.
So far, Hamas has released 69 hostages taken from Israel in exchange for Israel releasing 150 Palestinian prisoners.
As ABC's Justin Finch reports, the extended wartime pause could allow for more hostage releases and more humanitarian aid to reach Gaza.
Another breakthrough in the Middle East. Israel and Hamas agreeing to 2 more days of a ceasefire, raising hopes for more scenes like this. Hamas video showing gunmen handing off 11 hostages taken from Israel to Red Cross vans after 52 days in captivity. Emotions flooding families of hostages the moment they learned their relatives were released. The initial 4-day pause in fighting saw Hamas release 69 hostages, Israel releasing 150 Palestinian prisoners, the Biden administration touting that ceasefire extension and noting potential risks.
Any pause in the fighting could benefit your enemy in terms of time to refit, to rest your fighters, to rearm them, re-equip them.
The White House says up to 9 Americans remain held captive. 4-year-old U.S.-Israeli citizen Abigail Edan, the first and only American released during that initial ceasefire. Her family now with her at a children's hospital after her parents were killed during the Hamas October 7th Israel attack.
We can try and start healing our hearts because we couldn't do it until she didn't came back.
In the West Bank, crowds filling the streets of Ramallah, celebrating the release of dozens of Palestinian prisoners. Isra Jabis returning home to hugs from her mother and family, and some relief amid devastation in Gaza. A United Nations convoy arriving to Al Ali Hospital, delivering emergency medical kits, IV drips, and much-needed supplies. President Biden saluting the leaders of Egypt, Israel, and Qatar on extending that ceasefire and saying the U.S. plans to surge more aid into Gaza and will continue working to free all Hamas-held hostages. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Time now 6:08, and we are at about 49 degrees right now.
After the break, Giving Tuesday is here as over 1 million charities across the U.S. push for generous donations, how you can find the right cause, and more importantly, avoid scammers.
And looking out there with a live cam, we're still starting to be pretty cold right now. You're going to need a jacket, but later in the day, it's going to be a little nicer. You may actually, save your jacket for later then. We'll be right back.